Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have some battles that I did last night on stream actually, and I did well with this team. So huge thanks to Brad Singer for suggesting the team. The team is going to be Gyarados in the lead with Metagross and Togekiss. So I would say the worst lead matchups probably going to be Dragon types. You would think that Magnezone is a bad lead, and I actually did beat a Magnezone lead. I don't think it's in this video, unfortunately. I might upload it as a short, but against Magnezone, you're chunking away, right? With the waterfall damage, with the Aqua Tail, and you just have to shield and just you chunk away, at least get it low. Maybe you win switch, maybe you just get it low. But Magnezone, yeah, I mean, it's not a great matchup for Gyarados, but as long as you have waterfall, you are chunking the Magnezone. The backline obviously struggles against like Excadrill, so that's going to be a tough situation there. But Waterfall Gyarados, of course, doing well against the Excadrills, so if you could possibly switch out Lord out, it all depends. But again, Dragon types are definitely tough in the lead, because if you run into a Dragon type like Dragonite, you kind of have to switch out because you have Waterfall, you'll have Dragon Breath. So if you switch out in the Metagross, they probably, because they're leading with a Dragon type, they have an answer in the back, right? They have an answer in the back. They have a Steel type. Usually that's what I've noticed. So that's a little bit tough. But other than that, the team worked great, and we did climb with this team. We did pretty well with it. So back in the 2700s, mid 2700s, so we're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and dive right into these battles. We've been rambling on. The first battle almost over. We're going to be going for a Meteor Mash right now into the Dragonite. That has to get the shield, otherwise that would KO. We do get off another Meteor Mash because we do have a lot of energy. This is going to be able to KO and down those Pokemon. And that is going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent. We're going to be able to win that one. Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Gyarados into Dragonite. So I did mention Dragonite leads, or Garchomp, or Haxorus tough leads. So we go into the Metagross, but they are staying in. So very interesting here. I do decide to shield. It is going to be a superpower because they're going to dip, so that makes sense. So in comes Metagross. So shielding that, probably a mistake on my end. Because I knew, as I said, if there's a Dragon lead, I know there's a Steel in the back most of the time, right? So we're going to go ahead and bait again with this Meteor Mash. I figure they have to shield this, but guess what? They actually call it. They actually do not shield. So if we threw the Earthquake, we would have been in a great situation because we would have had the Togekiss on that Dragonite. So obviously should have thrown it. Not because I thought they were going to shield, but I should have thrown that Earthquake anyway, just because I wouldn't have gotten to another move regardless. So it is what it is. So perhaps a lesson to be learned. But that is okay. So now we're going to go ahead and switch into Togekiss and hope it's not double Steel. Hope that Togekiss can beat the Dragonite and whatever's in the back. And it's actually it's a Mammospine. So the problem here is we only have one shield. If we had two shields, we could honestly double shield and farm this down, but unfortunately we do not. So this game not looking too hot for us. We're gonna go ahead and throw this Ancient Power right now. This Ancient Power is going to pick up the shield. Obviously they're gonna pick up the shield. We do get the boost. But unfortunately they get to another attack, so it didn't matter. So again, yeah, this is going to be a loss here. We bring in Gyarados. We're going for the farm down. We're going to be able to get it. Now, the thing is, will 2 crunches be enough to KO? We're actually close. We do go for a crunch right now. We need another crunch. We need the debuff. We don't get the debuff. We do get to the crunch, though. I fooled you. We actually do take this game. This crunch is going to be enough to KO that Dragonite. So despite a poor lead, despite obviously them calling the Meteor Mash, we are still able to win it. Good game to my opponent. Well played to them. Gyarados into Metagross. This is a really good matchup. And they're going to switch into Dragonite. And of course, we have a great answer to Dragonite now. If they have Hurricane, totally fine. It gets us low, and that's actually good. So if this happens to be Hurricane, that's good because they won't get as much farm against us, and it is actually Hurricane. So the Metagross will not get as much farm. Unfortunately, I could have thrown the HP. Unfortunately, I couldn't make I tried to make the Flamethrower. So that's good that they don't get as much farm. I'm actually happy about that. They do throw an attack at us. It's going to be a Meteor Mash. We resist it, but it still does a lot. We're going to go ahead and throw the Crunch right now into the Metagross, see if they want to shield it. And they do want to shield it. And we're trying to get to another one. So desperately, they switch out into their Gyarados. So that is a little bit unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and throw the crunch because we do have the Metagross here. But we are up one shield, right? So even though they have Gyarados, that's totally fine. I'm calling the Aqua Tail bait here. They do actually bait with the Aqua Tail because we even live the crunch anyway. So we're going to be able to throw a Meteor Mash right now into this Gyarados, and they actually do shield it as expected. I know this is going to be Aqua Tail now, but I'm going to go ahead and shield this. So it is Aqua Tail, and that's fine. They are out of shields. We want to get to one more, and we do get to it. This is going to be enough to KO that Gyarados. But we had great alignment against the opponent. Of course, unfortunately, Gyarados, Waterfall Gyarados in the back is tough. Togekiss can fight against it, but it is pretty tough, right? Obviously, because Metagross doesn't really like it. Togekiss still taking damage, but they actually do win. They do win. So we had good alignment, but they're still actually able to win that one. So good game to my opponent. Well played to them. I think I could have done this one a little bit better, played this one a little bit better, but nonetheless, Gyarados with Waterfall, as I mentioned, is tough. So let's move on to the next one, Gyarados into Machamp. Okay, looking pretty good. Yes, Rock Slide does a lot to us. It is super effective, but we are going to be able to take it. And they actually bait with Cross Chop, which is even better for us. And they do catch the Aqua Tail. Good catch by my opponent there. And they're going to bring in Metagross. Okay, so because of how low they got us, one Meteor Mash does threaten the KO. I think I do survive it, but it's actually close. But we're still staying in here, and they don't actually shield, which is amazing. And I'm just going to be able to farm down. So beautiful there. Togekiss is coming in, and this is straightforward at this point. We have the Metagross on that Togekiss, right? And we're going to have the Togekiss on that other Pokemon that was in the lead. Yeah, the other Pokemon that was in the lead, and yeah, my opponent is going to concede that game, and that is going to be a great game. Very well played to both trainers, or both to me and my opponent. Excuse me. Okay, so for Waterfall Gyarados, this is actually not a bad matchup. So we could stay in here at least for now. Obviously, if they have like an Excadrill in the back, though, that's dangerous. I was running the Florges with an Excadrill in the back, so it could be the thing. So usually I shield the first one. They actually switch into Snorlax. So what I'm going to do here, I want the Metagross for that Florges, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Crunch and go into my Togekiss right now. Because again, Metagross for the Florges, really, really, really strong. They're going to be able to throw this attack right now. Obviously, Body Slam's coming my way, but that is okay. We could take a couple Body Slams. They do have another Body Slam. And yeah, going to be a Body Slam. Totally fine. We're going to go ahead and throw this Ancient Power right now. This Ancient Power going to connect. And we do get a boost as well, which is nice. We'll take that boost. A little bit of extra damage, right? They do bring in the Florges. Again, we're getting more damage. They do go ahead and throw. They can't farm us down. We would have done so much damage to them. They throw the Disarming Voice. Totally fine. And we do have the Metagross. We do have the Gyarados. We are down a shield, though, so keep that in mind. But we're going to bring in the Metagross, and they bring in the Gyarados. Ooh, little bit scary because we are down a shield, right? So we're going to go for the Meteor Mash, just going for the damage. And they do go ahead and shield that. Now we bring in my own Gyarados. And we hope that they don't have Outrage. We're going to go ahead and shield. If they have Outrage, they're probably going to throw it. They do have Outrage. So that was a good shield by me, right? So now they wasted a lot of energy, which is good for me. So we're actually going to be able to win this one. It was looking pretty rocky, but because they have Outrage and they used all that extra energy, we're going to be able to win this one. They actually let this one go, I think. They do let it go. And in comes Florges, and my opponent will concede their Metagross easily. Does well against Florges. Great game, well played to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Gyarados into Excadrill. You'll love to see it. Absolutely incredible. This is where you really want to see the Excadrill. Great matchup for me. They're going to be able to throw an attack. And it's going to be Rock Slide. Totally fine. They're going to go ahead and switch on to Milotic. I'm going to go ahead and throw a Crunch. Now that is a Waterfall one, so we are taking resisted damage. I'm going to go into Togekiss. Yeah, I know it does have Blizzard, but I know we need to save the Gyarados for the Excadrill, and I know I survive a Blizzard as well. So they're going to go ahead and throw an attack again. I am assuming it is a Blizzard, but I'm going to be able to take it and farm down. Was that Waterfall or Dragon Tail? Maybe it was Dragon Tail. I'm not sure. But either way, whatever. We're going to be able to farm down. Very nice. And in comes Excadrill. And we could get a shield with Flamethrower. Because if they don't shield, this is going to KO. So, and they do shield. Very nice. And they are going for that aggressive farm down. Not too aggressive, I guess. They are able to get it. Gyarados is coming in. I think I do shield this. I do. So, obviously, that would have KO'd. So now we bring in Metagross, and Dragonite is coming in right now. So I am, I think, waiting for them to throw. And they do throw an attack, and I think I call a Dragon Claw here. No, I don't. Never mind, a shield. It's a superpower, so never mind. I do call at some point in the future, but that one I didn't call. Now, if they throw a superpower now, it's going to do less. It's certainly not going to KO us, which is good for me. So I'm going to go ahead and go for this Meteor Mash right now. And that will be enough to KO. Very nice. And in comes Excadrill. Excadrill will go down, and that is going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. We do have Gyarados, and we do have Snorlax. Okay. So Best Buddy Snorlax does have a good matchup here. But they actually switch out into Gyarados. It's Dragon Breath Gyarados. So I'm going to go ahead and charge up a little bit of extra energy. I think instead of charging up, I think it's best to just switch out into Togekiss immediately. But that's okay. We charged up a little bit, so we do have some energy. They're going to be able to go for the Aqua Tail, and they're going to be able to go for another one. Togekiss going to be able to take it and get off an Ancient Power. I can't farm down because they would have gotten to another one if I went for the farm down. Gyarados does get to Aqua Tail really fast. Ancient Power going to be enough to KO. Very nice. And in comes Snorlax. Snorlax will be able to lick us down, but look how much damage we did with Charm. We'll take that. So what do I decide to bring in? Gyarados. Okay, so Gyarados does have energy. They're going to be able to throw an attack. We do survive. And it's going to be a Body Slam. Totally fine. We do go ahead and go for the Crunch. Did they catch? It looked like they may have caught. I don't remember if they caught. They did catch on Tangrowth. Oh, that's right, this trainer. I actually predicted a Tangrowth because I battled this trainer the other day. And they were running Tangrowth. They actually beat me. I was running a different team. So I actually did predict the Tangrowth. That's why I wanted to save the Metagross for the Tangrowth. So good game to my opponent. Okay, Haxorus. So this is a bad matchup because we have Waterfall. However, my opponent is going to throw a counter and then switch out right away. So maybe they were predicting. This is really good for us now. Maybe they were predicting that I had Dragon Breath. I don't know. They actually have double fairies, so they do have a Togekiss in the back. So maybe they wanted to see if they could win the secondary matchup. And then do well against the Gyarados with the Togekiss or something. I'm not really sure. But I wanted to deliberately take 2 Moonblast attacks. You can't farm down before they get to an attack. I wanted to take 2 Moonblast attacks so they get less farm. And we have another attack, of course, with the Haxorus that I assume will come in. We go from another Meteor Mash. That is beautiful for us because that's going to KO. We got a shield. That's better than I expected because we got a shield. I did not expect to get the shield. So now Togekiss can come in. Togekiss walls Haxorus. Its moves are all resisted. So Togekiss coming in. They do switch out into Togekiss. And yeah, it's going to be a good game. As I said, they did have a Togekiss. So good game to my opponent. Well played to them. We're going to be able to move on to another battle. So it's going to be Gyarados into Gyarados. So hopefully it's Waterfall. If it's Waterfall, it's a neutral matchup. And it is Waterfall, so very nice. Very nice there. So we're charging up. We're trying to bait the Outrage, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. You could throw the Crunch immediately. They actually bait because if you want to get the debuff, the Waterfalls will do more. You could do that, but usually I like baiting the Outrage. We don't get the shield though, but still we get the defense drop, and we're going to go ahead and farm up. Going for the Aqua Tail. This is going to be enough to KO. I don't anticipate a shield from my opponent. And they do not shield. Very nice. And in comes Garchomp. Garchomp wants to farm down, and it will be able to, but Togekiss doesn't care about any of Garchomp's moves unless if it has Fire Blast, and even then a Fire Blast doesn't one-shot. So Togekiss is coming in. They're going to switch out into their own Togekiss, and that's a hard counter towards my opponent. GG's. And that is, those are great battles. Thank you so much all for watching. I really do appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.